This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings. Online at madeformorerealty.com.
Well, that was incredible, learning from Bob Hastings, everything he's doing.
What a great heart. Yes, love that.
Yeah, definitely pulls on the heartstrings and makes you reevaluate what's going on in your life.
That's right. What are the priorities? What investments have eternal reward, you know?
Yeah. Rather than, the right here, right now.
That's right.
Bank. But there is the right here, right now, and people are, a lot of people are confused about what's happening in the real estate market. I was told for years and years and years, Johnny, you are, because I've only air quotes been doing this for about 10 years, and people were telling me, Johnny, you've only known a good market. So, and if somebody got into real estate around 2010, 11, 12, somewhere around there, or later, they've only air quotes known a good market until about 2022, mid 2022 for real estate agents. So there's this generation of agents who, for a long period of time, had never experienced a challenging market.
Here in California.
Well, just nationally.
Yeah.
Right? Unless there was like a devastation, like, a natural disaster.
Right.
But what I would argue as well is there's about 15 years worth of home buyers and sellers who have not experienced a down market ever. Right? They bought their first house maybe in 2010, 2011, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so affordable. And then they sold it in 2016, made a boatload of money, and then rolled that into their next property. Mm-hmm. And now they're looking to sell that property and make a lot of money. And they're like, and now all of a sudden the experience is different. It's taking longer to sell. The house is worth less now than what it was a year ago for what their neighbor's house sold for.
Right.
But they had written their budget based on that. And then before we get into like just what's happening in the real estate market, if you are looking to sell your house, and I say this with all love, kindness, and sincerity, it's not based off your budget. The value of the home is not based off of your budget. When you buy a stock, it's not based off your budget. When you're selling your car, you don't go, okay, well, I bought the car for $10,000 and I need an extra $5,000. So I need to sell the car for $15,000, $16,000 in order to, to make my budget work.
Right.
The car is worth what the car is worth. The home is worth what an able buyer is willing to pay. You can't reverse engineer this stuff. There's so many people out there whose their retirement is based off the equity in their home, and they say, hey, you know what? I need to make the most amount possible, and I totally get that. I empathize with that, but I can't get you more for your home than it's worth. So just because you bought it for $400,000, your neighbor sold last year for $600,000.
Right.
That doesn't mean you're getting $625 this year. In all reality, you're probably getting somewhere between $550 and $575 this year. And that is not because the real estate agent is not doing their job. That's because that's what the buyer in today's market is willing to pay. For example, year over year in the Sacramento regional market, year over year, across, all these different cities, it's gone down about 1.5% as of June. It's gone down, not up.
Right.
And so if you're living in a home that's, worth, let's say $600,000, it's gone down about $8,000. It hasn't gone up since last year. It's gone down $8,000 since last year. And then, so there's a guy, we talk about him often. He's been on the show before, Ryan Lundquist, and he has some great stats that he talks about. And 34% of pendings in June in the Sacramento region needed a price drop before getting into contract. On average, the price adjustment was 5.7%. So let's use that $600,000 home price. Again, for some people, that's a lot of money. For other people, that's not a lot of money. It's more middle of the road price point, $600,000. That's over $30,000 below what they thought the house was worth.
Right.
Initially, just to get into contract, and that's not counting any concessions that happen once you're in contract. And so if you are a buyer, for nearly a decade, I've been waiting to hear, hey, when prices go down, I'll buy. When prices go down, I'll buy. Well, guess what? If that is you, prices are going down. It is a great time to get a deal on a home right now. And I don't think it's going to last. As soon as they figure out tariffs, as soon as this Iran thing settles down, interest rates will then fall. And all of a sudden, you're going to see a little housing air quotes boom.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. I think because there's a lot of pent up demand. So many buyers are sitting on the sidelines.
This year?
It depends on how long it takes to get those two things figured out.
Yeah.
And I think they're really close to figuring out those two things. the conversations that have already happened with China, the stuff that's been going on with Iran and Israel. Hopefully they can get that resolved. And if those two things settle down, you'll probably see more confidence in the market. Jerome Powell will finally decide to, hey, you know what? Maybe we should do a price adjustment. There's jobs, there's stability, things are good. And then as soon as those price drops go down, as soon as those interest rates fall just a little bit, 0.25%, 0.5%, then all of a sudden I think you're going to see a bunch of buyers jump into the market, driving those prices up.
Oh, man.
So if you're wanting to get a great deal on a home, now is the time. And sellers, but that's not guaranteed, right? So if you're a seller, I'm not saying wait because prices are going to go up. You have to do what's based off now. Hogs get fed, pigs get slaughtered. Did I say that right? Or pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. Whatever it is, don't get greedy, because if the numbers work for you right now, sell your house, because if this drags out, your house could be worth less in March, April, May than it is right now.
Nobody has a crystal ball.
Nobody has a crystal ball, but that is what's happening in the market. I don't know who you are. I'm not trying to get a quick sale out of your house. I have no dog in this fight. So if you are feeling frustrated with your real estate agent, as long as they have a strong marketing plan and they're communicating with you, understand that this is the market. Your realtor doesn't make the market.
Yeah, and that's what I think a lot of people appreciate about you and your team is you tell it like it is. You don't sugarcoat it, and you're real with people. And I think people appreciate that.
Absolutely.
They appreciate that. I don't want a BSer. I don't want to work with a BSer. I want to work with somebody that I can trust, and someone I can trust tells me like it is,
I was just at an appointment 2 days ago, and the sellers I would have been their third realtor. And they're like, Johnny, we need this much. Is this realistic? We don't need to move, but we need to make this much money. Like, tell us honestly, because if you think you can do it, we'll move forward. If not, then we'll wait till you say to go. And I said, hey, based off what you're wanting, I don't think you can get that much for the home right now. So let's just keep our finger on the pulse and move forward. And they said, thank you. That's what we were thinking. But everybody just keeps saying they can get us our price, and then they can't get us the price. And,
people appreciate that.
They like, if you're looking for somebody that's honest, like, there are some good realtors out there. But if you'd like to connect with us and our team, just go to madeformorerealty.com. We'd be happy to help you.
So every week on this show, you hear us talking about how Johnny Jennings and the Tom Daves team at Made for More Realty, they have more 5-star Google reviews than anyone else in our area, over 1,000. So we thought we would share a few with you. This is from Jacob. He gave Johnny Jennings and the Tom Daves team at Made for More Realty 5 stars on Google. He said, I am absolutely thrilled to share my experience with this incredible real estate company from the very beginning. Valerie and her team went above and beyond. Valerie is Johnny Jennings' wife, above and beyond to ensure that my home selling journey was smooth and successful. Their professionalism, expertise, and dedication truly set them apart. I was astonished when they sold my home for the asking price in less than 30 days. It's hard to believe that many people spend months or even years trying to sell their homes, and here I was with money in hand in such a short time. The efficiency and effectiveness of their strategy were nothing short of remarkable. Jacob goes on from there, but let's go to Manu. She gave Johnny Jennings and the Tom Daves team at Made for More Realty 5 stars on Google. She said, I had the pleasure of working with Jose and Johnny, and I can confidently say they are exceptional professionals in the real estate industry. Their knowledge and expertise are evident in every interaction, and they go above and beyond to assist clients. Not only are they professional and thorough in their dealings, but they also are genuinely caring about their clients' needs. They take the extra step to provide detailed answers to real estate-related questions and ensure a smooth experience. I highly recommend Jose and Johnny to anyone looking for dedicated and knowledgeable real estate professionals. Those are just 2 testimonies from Google, folks that have worked with Johnny Jennings and the Tom Daves team at Made for More Realty and gave them 5 stars on Google. They have well over 1,000 of them. You can go check them out for yourself and read them and find out why so many people trust Johnny Jennings with the sale of their home. And not only the sale, but if you need someone to walk alongside you because you're looking for that perfect home to purchase for yourself, or maybe it's for your kids or a family member, they are the one that most people go to in our area. In fact, they were voted number one team in Roseville for 3 straight years in a row. In fact, listen to this. If you don't want to go through all the hassles of doing open houses and stagings and organizing or even some costly home repairs, listen to this. They'll give you at least 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. Again, 3 cash offers, not 1, not 2, but 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. What do? You just Google Johnny Jennings and the Tom Daves team at Made for More Realty. Again, Johnny Jennings, Made for More Realty. Just Google them and find out how you can get at least 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. So Google them today and get more for your home.